We have Sumaya Dawji from Wellness Rewired. She's sitting right at the front here.
Oh, we do?
We do, definitely. She's
We
right
have,
here.
Sister Sumaya, of course,
Yes.
of course. Yes, we have Sister Sumaya and many others, mashallah. I'm very proud of South Africans, mashallah. Most of them are educated in deen and in secular topics, and this is what I encourage a lot.
Barakallah fiqh.
Yeah.
Sheikh, what is the solution advice for a single mum raising two kids or two children when a father takes no responsibility for emotional and financial needs?
Yeah, that's a common thing, right? So we learn in management of our life, and even if you have to write it down, put in a circle all the things that you have control over. And outside the circle, the things you do not have control over. As a single mother, for example, or if you're single or married, you have control over being a mother. So be a mother. You have control over what you say to your children. Control what you say to your children. Don't say anything about their father. Nothing. If your children ask why dad, say, look, mum, just pray for your dad, and dad, that's he's going, that's his business, and I'm sure that he will come round sometime, but I'm just going to be your mother. Anything you need from me, I'm here for you. I'm not going to talk on behalf of your father, depending on how old they are. You have control over your care over your children, so do that. Look, brothers and sisters, I get this question quite often where, a lot from our sisters, the father is not doing, the father is not. It's not your responsibility to make him do or not do things. Allah will question him. What can you do? What I do advise you is avoid saying anything bad about their father. Not because you're hiding the truth or anything like that. Children can see what their father is like, what their mother is like. What you got to do here is not solve the problem, but minimize the problem. Why do you need to minimize the problem? Sometimes the shaitan gives us the urge to talk about the other spouse, because we feel that if we don't say anything, maybe our children won't grow up understanding the difference. Maybe they'll think badly about yourself. No, this is paranoia. Don't let that get to you. Children are extremely observant. They observe, they analyze. They're very smart. They just don't know how to articulate it. So you be a mother, and imagine whatever the father does, just don't get involved. Don't let your children even ask you these questions about their father. Say, if they complain about their father, you can listen and then give them a hug and say, what I can do for you, darling, is I can be a mother for you. And I'll do what I'm responsible for, and I'll be always here for you. Same with the fathers. Some fathers tell me that the mother is very, obnoxious and violent, and she always uses bad words. I say the same to the fathers. Let her say whatever she wants. You be a father. You look after them. You do your fatherly responsibilities and do what is within your control. Those children will grow up, and you know what they will remember? They will remember the parent who really cared for them and loved them without you trying to do anything at all. They will remember that. And everything that is said about you, let's say the other spouse, God forbid, they're trash talking the mother or trash talking the father, don't try to defend yourself. Unless your children are 17, 18 years old, 16, and they want to ask deep questions, then you can sit them down and slowly say, look, since you asked me this question, I'll tell you, it's like this and like that, but try to minimize it. But as for the trashing and the talk, don't worry. You remain to be a parent, because then the child will compare. They'll compare what the other spouse is saying, and they will look at your actions. Children, especially youth of today, and you'll see from the way they operate social media, they don't like fake people. They want people to be authentic. They're sick and tired of fakeness. So they don't want lecturing, talking. They see action. I hope, inshallah, that gives you a better understanding and a different pathway. Inshallah.
Inshallah. How do you respond to family members who hurt you but act as if nothing happened the next time you see them?
Again, do what is within your control. You can't control their behavior. Whatever they're doing, number one, Allah will question them. Number two, you can't change it. Number three, people who do this stuff, something's wrong with their self-esteem. There is a reason why they're doing it. It's not because you deserve it. It's not because that's who you are. Often there are a few reasons. Number one, they're jealous of you, they're envious of you. Number two, often they've done wrong things, and the way to remedy that is by trash talking someone else so they can make themselves feel better about themselves. Number three, perhaps other people speak badly about them, so then they think that by talking badly about the good person, they'll feel a little bit better about themselves. Whatever the reason is, it's because they're suffering. I want you to remember that. And the best revenge is not reacting. I promise you one day, these people will come back, most likely, and try, if not apologize to you, they will probably stop talking, or they will try to get your attention in a good way. It happened to me, and I'm sure that a lot of you here, it's happened to you too. 7 years it took with a group of people to come back to me, and by themselves, they themselves said, look, forgive us, and so on and so forth. I know somebody who was thrown in a trash bin at school in year 8. When they turned 46 years old, they came back to apologize to this person. Like Yusuf alayhi salam, he did the right thing, and Allah sent his brothers, and they said, Allah has favored you above us, forgive us. And he said, I forgive you. You just continue to be the good person that you are. Focus on your productivity, yourself, improving yourself, the people who love you, the people who want to be around you. Don't let them suck your energy. Now, should you keep treating them well? Yes. Treating them minimally well. They say, Assalamu alaikum wa alaikum assalam. You see them say, Assalamu alaikum. And that's it. Keep it minimal. And if there's too much toxicity, you can distance yourself. Not a problem. But the idea is busy yourself with other things that are productive. You remain good because you're a good person, not because they deserve it. And I promise you, they'll look at you either they'll hate you more because you're above it, or they will start to imitate you and also think about their own mistakes. Either way, it's a win-win situation. The wrong thing is to react, because that's exactly how you become exactly like them, and even worse. I give this same advice to my children, and it works, alhamdulillah. You just got to be patient.
Inshallah, last question, Sheikh. How do you address trauma and seeking therapy with stubborn family members without coming across as disrespectful or forceful?
And again, the question, I'm not sure if the person is asking if they want to advise someone else to go and get therapy, or they want to get therapy.
It's for a family member.
So they want to convince a family member to go and get therapy.
Yeah, how do you address trauma and seeking therapy for a stubborn family member or members?
Okay, so that's the same as the first question.
Is it okay? Maybe ask it twice. Is it?
Yeah, I think it's the same as the first question.
Okay,
yeah.
I'll change it.
No worries.
How to establish boundaries while residing with parents and in-laws?
All right, good question. I call it the 3-circle diagram. So if you're married, I encourage you to work on this with your spouse. You two find an agreement and draw these 3 circles: small circle, middle circle, outer circle. Maybe get your wife to do it. They like to draw things. The husband just in the head, just you do it, show me what. And then agree on what you are going to share about your life with your parents, in-laws, family, all those. And what you're not going to share. What you're not going to share, keep it in a small circle. And both of you agree on that. But come to an agreement, and the best thing to do in agreeing on that is the husband asks his wife, what is the best way to deal with your family? What should we keep between us and not with them? Let your wife tell you, because she knows her family better. And sister, you let your husband tell you, because he knows his family better. Put it in a little circle, whatever it is. The next circle is what you're going to share with your families and in-laws. Agree on it. Then leave the rest, which you're going to share with other people, the public. And usually the public information is just common, general stuff that everybody has between husband and wife. Nothing secret, no plans, no financial matters, nothing about your children's education or anything like that, unless they're quite close to you when you're talking for advice. You've got to be careful about these things, brothers and sisters. There are secret matters and things. Now, what I would say for in-laws is anything that involves the interest of your in-laws, not because they said so, but because naturally they are. Any other in-law, say any other in-laws, this is a common interest. Common interest for them to share with them that inshallah we're expecting a baby. It's common interest with them to say alhamdulillah, you know, alhamdulillah we've established a business and we're moving to such and such a place, please make dua for us. It's common interest that if you go on holiday, you share some photos and you share some, you know, a bit of time with your in-laws and family. This is normal. So think about what are common things that you share with your in-laws and family that bring happiness and closeness between each other. And share those. Everything else stays inside the small circle. Very, very important. So I hope, inshaAllah, that kind of explains it a little bit to you. So anything that serves the interest of the in-laws and parents, even if it's later on you felt they should have known because it involves their life, it involves their particular happiness and so on. It involves their responsibility that one day they may have to take this responsibility. Such as, for example, you know, babysitting, caring for your children. You need to let them know about plans that would involve your family one day. So anything that will not involve them, you keep it in a small circle. And usually they are the things that really, if they go right, they will only benefit the husband, wife, and children. And if they go wrong, they will only harm the husband, wife, and children. And even a smaller circle, which you take out the children from it, they are the things that will never involve your children in a good way or a bad way. You keep them between the husband and wife. And that's really, really closely about intimacy and so on and so forth. I think you got the idea. Work on it. Have an exercise with it. I can't tell you exactly. It's really every couple, how you understand your life.
Jazakallah khair, Sheikh. Unfortunately, that's all the time we have left for this event. A huge Jazakallah khairan to Sheikh Bilal Asaad, who came all the way here to share his knowledge and remind us. We know this won't be the last time we see him. A big round of applause to Sheikh Bilal Asaad.
Thank you very much. May Allah reward you, bless you. Jazakumullahu khair. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. I think some of them were writing meet and greet, so I just want to apologize, brothers and sisters. It's going to be very hard for us to do meet and greet here in Cape Town.
Definitely.
Because we've actually got a visit to Togo. We're doing more charity work over there, and it's a very long flight, so we need to go
prepare for tomorrow, inshallah.
Early. Forgive us, please, brothers and sisters, and I hope, inshallah, that I do visit you once again.
Inshallah. Also, guys, we do have FPOS machines if you want to donate through MATW, inshallah. And a big thank you to, again, MATW, our charity partners, Hilaal TV, CII Radio, Brother Ikram Bulubai, Centurion Tours, and Uncle Abu, Adil Bannedisi, and Brother Yazid, Samaya Dawji from Wellness Rewired, Sister Munira Karim, and our White Flame team. And a big thank you to our volunteers for the night. Could I get you guys to all come up on stage, the volunteers, please? The volunteers to come up on stage, please.